Psalm 7:3. O Lord my God, if I have done this and there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid my friend with evil, then let my enemy pursue and overtake me. Let him trample my life into the ground, and let him make me pay for my guilt. My beloved child, listen to my voice. I see your heart. I see the struggle within your conscience. You long to be pure, to walk in righteousness, to be free from guilt. You pray, Lord, examine me. If I am guilty, let justice be done. Child, this is not just a prayer of fear, it is a prayer of integrity. It is the cry of a soul that desires to be aligned with me, to walk in truth even when it is hard, the heart that examines itself. David was a man after my own heart, yet even he knew the way to personal reflection. He did not ask for rescue blindly, he wanted to be sure that he was innocent before me. Psalm 139, 23. 24 says, Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Child, this is what I am looking for: honesty. When you bring your thoughts, your words, your actions before me, you invite my guidance. You create space for my correction, my protection, and my blessing. Integrity in the midst of accusation. David was surrounded by enemies, yet he still asked me to search his heart. You may feel attacked by people, friends, or strangers who accuse you wrongly. But before you react, pause and examine your own heart. Proverbs 21:2 says, All a person's ways seem right in their own eyes, but the Lord weighs the heart. Child, my judgment is perfect. You cannot fool me. And when you come to me with honesty, I will guide your steps and protect you from unjust consequences. The prayer for justice. Notice David's courage. He prayed, If I have done wrong, let justice be done. Child, how many of you fear your enemies so much that you blame yourself? David did not. He placed himself in my hands, confident that if he had sinned, I would bring correction, and if he had not, I would protect him. Isaiah 54:17 reminds you, No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. Child, the justice of men is imperfect, but my justice is perfect. You can rest in the certainty that I will defend your innocence. The enemy versus God's judgment. David says, Then let my enemy pursue and overtake me. This is conditional. He is not inviting harm blindly. He is saying, if I have sinned, let the enemy act as an instrument of justice, but only under my watch. Child, understand this principle. I will never allow the enemy to overstep my will. Romans 12:19 says, Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. Yes, the enemy may plot, but I hold the final authority. I decide who prospers and who falls. Even their power is limited by my hand, facing guilt with courage. Sometimes the heaviest enemy is your own conscience. Guilt can feel like a roaring lion, ready to devour you. But confessing and acknowledging guilt to me brings light to the darkest places. 1. John 1:9 promises, If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Child, you see, there is no shame in examination. There is no weakness in humility. In fact, this is strength, the courage to say, Lord, search me, correct me, guide me, repaying evil with good. David mentions, If I have repaid my friend with evil. This shows his integrity. He values justice in relationships. You too may have moments of anger or resentment. Perhaps someone hurt you, and your heart whispers, I will repay. But Proverbs 20:22 says, Do not say, I will repay evil. Wait for the Lord, and he will deliver you. Child, vengeance is mine. You focus on righteousness. Leave the repayment, the correction, and the restoration to me, the heart of righteousness. True faith is not only asking me to protect you, but asking me to purify you, to show you hidden faults, and to guide your hands in truth. Psalm 15, 1. 2 asks, Lord, who may dwell in your sanctuary? Who may live on your holy hill? The one whose walk is blameless, who does what is righteous, and speaks the truth from their heart. Child, I desire such a heart in you. A heart that is not defensive, not vengeful, not proud, but humble, honest, and dependent on me. The promise of rescue. David's prayer ends with faith. Even if enemies pursue him, he trusts my intervention. Child, notice that he does not demand the enemy be stopped immediately. He surrenders the situation to me. Psalm 34. 17 says, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. Even when danger feels near, my deliverance is closer. Spiritual warfare and guidance. David's prayer blends personal responsibility with faith. He examines his own life and trusts God's judgment over human opinion. Ephesians 6:10-12 reminds you, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. Child, your enemies may plot, but with my armor, truth, righteousness, peace, faith, salvation, and the word, you will stand unshaken, living in integrity. While surrounded, Psalm 7:3 encourages you. Examine your heart. Walk in integrity. Trust me to defend you. Even when others falsely accuse, your commitment to truth and righteousness positions you for victory. Proverbs 28:1 says, the wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Child, you are bold not because of your strength, but because I am your shield. Final words from your Father. My beloved child, bring your heart to me honestly. Do not fear human judgment. Do not fear the schemes of the enemy. Examine yourself, correct where necessary, and trust my justice. Your life is in my hands. Your enemies cannot overtake you unless I allow it for a greater purpose. Even your mistakes are opportunities for growth, correction, and redemption. Psalm 23:4 assures you, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Walk in truth, walk in courage, walk in faith, and know that I, your God, will always rescue you from all harm, guide your steps, and protect your soul.